Hi everyone, it's CricketSong, and I'm here with another video. Today, the topic is going to be my stream of consciousness or the stream of thoughts that I have in regards to the idea or the concept of suffering within witchcraft. The reason why I was contemplating this topic or this idea is because I've had a conversation with an individual who is also a practicing witch. And during the conversation, the individual brought up this idea that when they spoke to other witches that either were friends or acquaintances, it always seemed to come up that each of them had some traumatic experience in their past, whether it was childhood trauma, whether it was teenage trauma or adult trauma, but there seemed to be a common denominator of suffering or trauma, a period of suffering due to a trauma in their life. And so this individual that I was speaking with suggested that witches tend to have some sort of trauma or suffering in their life that sort of leads them to witchcraft. And some of the examples that this individual shared with me was that, they themselves had a really crappy childhood. And another one of the people that they spoke with had a divorce, a very, traumatic divorce. Another individual that they spoke with had a child who had disabilities. And another individual that they spoke with was a cancer survivor. So there seemed to be like this common denominator. When I think of that whole idea, the first thought I had in my mind was that I personally know individuals who do not identify as a witch, but who are spiritual or religious and very devout in their choice of spirituality. They're very focused on it. I believe we all have trauma. I believe we all have suffering in our lives at some point, because that's the nature of life on the physical realm. I do tend to think that some of us find solace and sanctuary within spirituality, while others find solace in other avenues, whether it's art, whether it's science, whether it's pursuit of their career, whether it's building a family or a family of friends and close individuals. I think each of us as human beings find a way to find that peace and to heal, or maybe not even to heal, maybe to move away from the pain and the suffering that we've experienced. And each of us do so in different ways. And some of us do find that within spirituality or even within witchcraft, whether you view witchcraft as a religion or not. I do believe that it can bring solace. Now, the reason I think, at least why I found solace within witchcraft, is because the nature of witchcraft, the sort of quality of witchcraft, or the trait within witchcraft, is that it empowers me to make a change in my life so that I'm able to do something about the past trauma I experienced. It allows me the power and the ability to create change in my life, and I am responsible for that. I am able to make a change. Personally, I may petition the gods to aid me. I may work with spiritual entities, my spirit army, to aid me in healing from past trauma in order to become a better version of myself. But I have some innate power to make these changes, to manipulate the energies, to reinvent or transform my life or myself. And I found, because in the past I have been members of other religions, that those other experiences for me, the other religions I was involved with, did not give me the same power. I, in the past, relied upon a god to intervene for me, or a priest to intervene for me. I had to go to them, or I had to go through other entities or individuals in order to make change. I had to follow commandments and hope that my actions and my faith allowed me a reward sometime in the future. Where with witchcraft, I am able to either call upon other energies, to work with or call upon other spiritual entities or other spirits, but I have an active role in making change in my life. I don't have to wait to some time in the future. I can start doing things now. Although if I cast a spell, it may take time to manifest. But while I'm waiting for it to manifest, I am still working the energy. I am still healing myself. So for me, my past suffering, I found solace within witchcraft, but I don't think it's the same for everybody, even though every one of us experience suffering. So I guess my thought here is that all human beings experience suffering. And we seek to heal or relieve that suffering in some way. I do believe suffering is a characteristic of living a life in physical reality. But I don't necessarily feel that every person who experiences suffering becomes a witch or identifies as witch. But I do believe that many who identify, if not all, who identify as witch has experienced some suffering and trauma in their lives because they're human beings. To compare that suffering is useless. To say whether my suffering is greater or lesser than your suffering, it makes no difference because that's all perspective. But I do believe we all experience suffering because we are human beings. What are your thoughts on this topic? Do you see a commonality within the individuals you know who identify as a witch? I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are in regards to suffering within witchcraft. I love you. Until next time, blessed be.